Hello and welcome to this new video. In this video I'm going to show you 5 Linux commands every new user should learn. Working with the terminal in Linux can be challenging, especially for new users. In the past, the only way to use Linux is through the terminal. So in the past it was more challenging and more difficult. Although the commands I'm going to show you in this video are not really difficult, you should take your time to learn them and practice them before moving forward to more difficult and advanced Linux commands. And these commands that we will see today will be the commands you use the most. So let's get started. The first command we will see today is the ls command, which lists the contents of a directory. It will show you all the folders and files within that directory. But you can run the ls command with some arguments. For example, the -l argument means that you want to see the details of the files and folders in that directory. For example, you can see the permissions, the ownership, the group, the size, and creation date time of each file and folder. So let's try it. ls. So I am now in my home directory. So I am in home Muhammad. When I do ls, I get these folders: desktop, documents, downloads, music, and so on and so forth. If I do ls with the argument -l, I'm going to see some details about each one of these folders. I have no files here, it's just folders. So for each file or folder, I have the permissions, I have the owner, user owner, group owner, creation date time, etc. The equivalent of ls space -l is ll. So it does the same thing. So it's like a shortcut. Another useful option of the ls command is the -a option, which stands for all. This means that if you run ls with the -a option, it will show you hidden directories. So let's try it. If I do ls -a, it's going to show me all files and folders, and the extra files and folders that it is showing are the folders dot and dot dot, which are hidden folders, and the files -bash, .bash logout, .bash profile, .bash rc, and .bash history, which are hidden files. So if we combine these two options and run ls-la or al as you wish, it's going to show you all the details about all files and folders, including hidden files and hidden folders. So let's try it. So as you can see, we have all the details, but this time it includes hidden files and folders. The next command that we will see is the cd command. This command is what you use when you need to change directories. For example, say you are in your home directory and you want to go to the documents directory. So if I do ls, so I have this directory called documents. If I want to go into that, I would just do cd documents. So nothing fancy. If you noticed here, I just type 2 letters and hit the tab key, and Linux completes this for me. So it completes the name of the folder, so you don't have to type it all. Of course, the first time I hit the tab key, it gave me 2 options, because it can be documents or downloads. So when I added the C letter, it knew that I was intending to go into the documents folder. That's why it completed these 2 documents. So now I am in the documents folder. If you want to check where you are anytime in Linux, you just do pwd, which stands for print working directory. And indeed, I am in home, my username, and then the folder documents. Anytime when you work with the Linux terminal, if you want to go to the home directory, just type cd and you will find yourself in the home directory. Also, there is like a shortcut to the home directory. So if I want to go to documents from anywhere, my documents folder on my home, from anywhere I can do just this character and then slash documents. So this is all you need to know about the cd command. It's very straightforward command. The third command that we will see today is the rm command. You use this command if you want to delete a folder or a file. For instance, in my documents directory, I have this file called file.txt and I want to delete it. So the command to delete this file would be rm space the file name. And be careful here because you need to be in the right folder to run this command. If you are not in the right folder, you can use the full path. For example, slash home, slash home, slash mat, slash documents. I can do this. Okay, so you can use the absolute path to the file to make sure that you are deleting the file that you want to delete, and then hit enter and the file is going to be deleted. So if I do ls, the file has disappeared. Now let's see how to run this on a folder. Let's make a folder. Now let's try and delete a folder. I have here a folder called test under my documents that I just created. So if I do rm test, it's going to give me an error. Cannot remove test, it is a directory. Why? It doesn't allow you to delete a directory because a directory can be not empty. Well, this folder is empty, but just as a precaution, Linux doesn't allow you to delete folders just like that. So what you need to do is tell it to delete this folder and all of its contents. And in this case, Linux will understand that you want to remove the folder and all of its contents, and it will do just that for you. So if I do rm -r, so this is the recursive option, and then the name of the folder, this time it is deleted. So if I do ls, the folder has disappeared. So this is the difference between deleting a file and deleting a folder. You need to be careful when deleting folders because you can lose some data, some sensitive data that you really need. So there is a way to protect your data when deleting folders, which is the interactive mode. Let's try this. Let's create a directory called test again, and let's go into that directory and create a file called file.txt, and then let's exit this folder, come back to the documents folder. Now I have this test folder with the file.txt inside of it. If I do rm -r test, it's going to delete this without asking me anything. But if I add I as an option, which means interactive, it will ask me before deleting any file inside this folder. So let's try it. Descend into directory test, yes. Remove regular empty file, file.txt, I'm going to say yes. And then remove directory test, I'm going to say yes. Okay, now the file and the folder and the file inside of it have been deleted. If I said no here, it will not remove this file.txt. So this is how you use the rm command in Linux. You would use the cp command if you want to copy a file. So let's say you have a file in your documents called file.txt, and you want to make a copy of this file. So the syntax for this is cp and then the source file, which is the file in the current directory, file.txt, and then where you want to copy it. You can copy it at the same place, and you can copy it in a different directory. Let's say we want to copy it in the home directory. So I would say copy it to /home / my username. Hit enter. Then go back to my home directory and see if it is copied. And you see the file has been copied right here. You can even rename it. You can call it something else. You can say cp, the file which is under documents, to my home directory, and then call it here copy.txt, and you will find the file copy right here. So changing copying a file can also be renaming it. So the cp command is very simple and very straightforward. The fifth and last command we will see in this video is the mv command, which stands for move, and this command allows us to move a file or folder from one location to another. So let's say I go into documents, or I want to move the file under documents folder, which is file.txt. I want to move it to downloads. So let's see what happens when I run this. So if I do ls documents, there should be nothing there. Documents, sorry. So nothing is under documents, but if I do ls downloads, there should be the file.txt. So as you see, the file has been moved. Notice that I did not add the file name to the second part of the command, which is this one, the second argument, because it's very much like the cp command in that regard. The mv command is also what you can use to rename a file without making a copy of it. For instance, let's say I want to rename the file.txt to test.txt. So what I need to do, so I need first to go to downloads and then say move file.txt to, for example, test.txt. So this is going to rename this file, and as you can see, instead of having file.txt, now I have test.txt. And this also can be done to a different directory, which means that you can move a file and rename it in a different directory at the same time. I hope this video was helpful for you, and thank you